Hey, bitches. It's
what's going on?
Bitch, it's the legendary Canada mother, Tamar Miakimgle.
And it's R-double-O-double-O, knick-knack, paddywhack, double-O-double-O, knick-knack, paddywhack. Ooh. Hi, Tamar. How's it going?
I'm all right. I want to welcome the girls to another episode of
Episode 2.
Episode 2. And we have a great convo in store for you bitches to listen to.
That's right.
The Legendary PussCee West. And we had a great conversation with her about her ballroom journey from beginning to current.
Her background as a dancer.
How she found ballroom from the Per Cat Cat.
Absolutely. We get a lot of house advice, how to navigate your own journey from the one and only PussCee, who, went from Saint Laurent to Mizrahi to Con to West. And so she had some good, really, really good tips for anyone who is trying to get their footing and how to navigate houses. We also spoke about how she now feels like she's stepping into herself with Vogue becoming like an actual career. She did do Eurovision just now when we had this conversation. She had just flown back from Europe for that massive gig. And so it's really, really good to see how somebody that was so celebrated in ballroom and has been celebrated for so long for their craft is now getting recognized.
PussCee also goes in depth about what it means to be the category, which I think is super important, something that people can take into whatever categories they walk, or just if you want to know more about ballroom, it definitely gives you insight into why people do what they do, how they do what they do, and why it's important to them, and how it is actually a reflection of them as a person to live, eat, and breathe their categories.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
let's get it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, this is like, I'm really having like a Mariah Carey moment.
Ooh.
Can you give me a whistle note? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Sounds like some gal hole.
Welcome to the second episode featuring the legendary one and only PussCee West. What a pleasure it is to welcome you to Toronto and to do this with you. I think we're so looking forward to chatting for an hour and a bit. How long this lasts?
Until we gotta go.
Until we gotta go, bitch. This is busy.
I really am.
But yeah, Tamar, how you feeling?
I feel great. It's another episode of which really brings me joy because we get to dive deeper into who are the people that are paving the way, that have paved the way, where did they come from, what do they do, how do they feel about things. So I just always find it really, really, really fun. To be able to have these candid discussions with folks from across the pond.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Miss PussCee, how you feeling?
I feel great. Like, seriously, I feel honored. I feel really blessed too. Like, I would say those are the words that are like resonating with me the most, just because I'm literally living out my dreams right now. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, like childhood, looking back at like little 3-year-old me. It's like, yeah, you made it. You're a little outlandish, but girl, you made it. Like,
right.
For those who don't know, you've been jet setting for the past couple of weeks. Yeah. Europe, now Canada, and then back home. But yeah, we'll dive into Europe most definitely during this podcast. Yeah, because Eurovision is quite massive. But
can we go from the beginning?
Let's go from
Let's
birth.
Go back to the beginning. Hilary Duff, what did you do?
Back to when the
earth, the sun, the stars all aligned.
Y'all are old ass bitches.
Yes.
Be like that.
Yes.
That was actually a banger. Like, if
no,
you were,
for
like,
real.
If you were really into,
if you were a cunt,
no shade.
If you are the doll, it gives Hilary Duff
with the rain. What the
Absolutely.
music video?
And looking out the window, every time I would get depressed or want us to be depressed, I would like look out the window and play that song and be dramatic.
Yo,
anytime it rained.
Let the rain fall down.
Outside. Like, what?
Thinking your hair is doing on what? Boots.
32.
Right. Speaking of back in the day, can you tell us a little bit about like what it was like for you growing up when you were a kid, before ballroom, before like you sunk into who you are? What was PussCee like?
Who was PussCee?
Who was PussCee before PussCee?
Well, before PussCee, Quentin was just really a different kid.
Different as in compared to other people. Like they would, okay.
I literally remember me being the odd one out for everything, and it wasn't on purpose. Like, it was just be like, we would be in class and everybody would be like, what's your favorite food? And everybody's like, pizza, chicken, hot fries. And I'm like, Brussels sprouts. Like I really
Yes.
love Brussels sprouts. And everybody's like, what the, you know, or then like being the only boy that was like, I kind of want to be like in 4-H cooking club. I don't really want to like, can I not do PE? Like,
Right.
is that a thing?
You want to know a quick story? I was so upset that I had to be segregated from girls when I went to high school.
Really?
I was beside myself. So I don't know how I even thought about this, but I went on the first day of gym class. I went to my gym teacher and I was just like, listen, I have an undiagnosed heart condition, so I can't participate in vigorous activity. And he's like, oh my God, okay. And obviously because it's undiagnosed, I don't have it, like there's nothing I can provide you. I don't know what it is yet. Still,
doctors know.
Yeah, and I didn't have that. And so that was my highest grade in high school. I got a 94%.
It's what you do.
Nothing.
You just sat there.
I walked. I had my hoodie on and I just walked. And then even for like CPR, I didn't do the compressions because my heart.
Damn.
So yeah.
If you can't help yourself.
Bitch. Yeah.
But yeah, like I was just very different. But I was always talented. Like I was always doing things, very active, like super active, singing, dancing, creating,
Track.
cooking. Yes, track, volleyball.
Really?
Oh, you are the cunt. I play volleyball too. It's the only sport I can play.
I actually also too. I played baseball too. Actually,
Damn.
Really?
yeah.
That's not cunt.
It's
No,
not
at
cunt.
all.
But you want to know what? But you want to know what is cunt about me playing baseball? Well, it was really like t-ball. What was cunt was that I used to pick my mom flowers, and I used to give her like a little bouquet of flowers
Very
after every
cute.
game. So like I wasn't really playing baseball. I was like in the field picking
T-ball
flowers.
sounds so funny to me now that I'm an adult.
What is T-ball?
T-ball.
It's basically the same thing as baseball, except for
The ball's on a stick.
yeah.
The pause on
The
the
T,
stick.
honey.
Bitch, how you hit it?
On the stick. So there's a stick. right? And
Oh,
ball's
the
on top of
standing.
the-
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't throw it. Okay,
No,
I know
like
what you mean.
the- like the golf
Okay,
tee.
okay, I get it.
But I mean, you still have like a pitcher, but instead of striking out, you hit off the tee. So you get like 3 throws, and if you don't hit it, then they bring out the tee and like they bring out the tee, and it's like a big like. And once you get older, it's like I don't want to hit
Right.
off the tee.
Yeah.
It's like so.
Anyway, so yeah, take us through. You obviously were very active through sports. You mentioned dance. Has that always been a through line?
No, dance actually came very later. It was always music for me. I played the flute in middle school, and then I
Like
started.
from the side flute, not the little.
That's a clarinet, sweetie.
No. The clarinet.
You mean
like
the
a big-
piccolo?
well, I remember when I was in
This is a
elementary
flute.
school. Yes.
This is a clarinet.
No, it's not a clarinet, girl. It's a white little thing that all the kids use.
The recorder.
Yeah.
You are a key. You are a key. Bye, Aura.
In French, it's flute. I just want y'all to know.
That was actually no shade. 1 second. Shout out to Aura. That was kind of cunt for the little
Oh yeah,
little French moment.
Yeah.
We're living for
She
that.
gotta rub it in her face, bitch. She's a bilingual.
I really
whore.
do. Anyway.
Oh my god. What
So
was
yeah,
it?
music.
Oh yeah. So I played the flute. I sung, and then from there it kind of led me into theater, because once I got to high school, I'm not doing push-ups for anyone.
Did you have an undiagnosed heart condition?
No, I just don't fucking
just
like
didn't
them.
do it.
Yeah, I'm just not fucking doing them. Like, so,
Which is crazy because you have such an athletic vogue.
yeah, I'm just not doing push-ups. Like, it's just not fucking happening. I don't like them. I think they're stupid. Just like, yeah, I just think they're stupid. And that's literally always been my attitude. And so going into marching band, because I really didn't want to do marching band. I wanted to do concert band, but in order to do concert band, I had to do marching band. So, going to marching band during the summertime, and it was like, all right, we're about to do 50 push-ups. And I was like, no, the fuck, I'm not. Like, I'm not. And then, that whole like one band, one sound. So they're like, we're just going to wait for Quentin to get down. And it was giving, oh, well, bitch, you might as well just go home. Because I don't give a fuck about none of that y'all are talking about. Like, y'all can jump me, and guess what? We're still gonna be fucking
Because I'm
sitting
still
here.
not doing it.
I'm not doing none of that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. So I quit band, I was like, I'm just going to do all of us a favor and I'm going to bow out because you all obviously want to do the push-ups and do all of these things and I'm just not fucking doing it. So I'm going to go be in the theater.
Work.
And then, I did that. I did my first musical, which was Aida in high school. And
I hate musicals.
I love
musicals. I can't.
Musical movies wear me out even.
There's a difference between musicals and musical movies.
I mean, either. Right. I'm like, just cut to the story. No, like, girl, why we gotta stop every 3 minutes?
Magic. I know I'm gonna sound like Miss Darbus from fucking High School Musical, but the magic of the theater is why people love my performance. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But seriously, like.
Sneak us in. Sneak peek.
Yeah, like that's actually like 99% of my performance.
The core,
like, what I learned in my theater training.
And so how long were you doing theater?
Since I was a freshman in high school.
And then for a couple of years throughout, like did you take any dance classes or did the theater the theater the entryway to like absolutely going to Vogue?
So dance, I've always kind of danced in a feminine way or like mimicked voguing ish.
Work Anitra.
Well, it was definitely like nogging.
Okay.
Then for me, like so.
But you were aware of Vogue at this time.
I was well, not necessarily aware of it, but like I just knew that like
the cuntness of it all. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, she's flipping her hair and doing all the things.
Yeah, like I didn't even like it wasn't even really voguing. Like I just wanted to be like
hyper feminine.
Yeah, like I can't think of it except for like the song like where like the voice in the songs where it's like like those pop, like that type of
like an LA
just
girl.
Very like
cunt.
Yeah. I'm over here dancing like you can see me.
Cunt.
Yeah, it was just very kind. And I just kind of really was
like the category fag out,
Yeah. But in school, my teachers always told me like, you need to butch it up. Nobody's gonna pay.
Damn, look at all these fucking teachers. That's the common thread. All the teachers telling the kids to butch it up.
Yeah, damn. Like they were literally like, no one's paying money to see a man dance like that. Like no one wants to see that.
Damn.
So if you want to get the job, we know, we get it. You are fabulous. We get it, but you can't be her because we have her already. So as much as you try, you're not replacing her. We just need for you to grab her by the hand and guide her to where she needs to go. So I conformed a little bit slightly. And sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
It's not necessarily difficult, but it's just I really don't like this part of my life because I feel like if I would have known how to like safeguard the cunt in me from people that don't mean me any harm, and just like if I had discernment at that age, I would have never confided in a teacher, because for me, that's when I started researching drag. So I never really knew about ballroom. I just knew about like drag, like, and so I was like, okay, wait, no, there is like a little space. It's not like a big space, but I can do both. Like, like I can be the boy and I can be like
the girl,
yeah. So like I went to my teacher and I was just like, like I really want to like get into like this drag thing. Like, like I feel like there's like a lot of similarities with theater, and I just feel like, like I want to do like some extra like training, just to like really like, cause I really want to like, I want to give them like a show, like, like I want to give them a drag show. And like,
this is in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, this was in Atlanta, and I was still in high school. I was still like a freshman. And the drama teacher went and like, he made a really big like scene about it. And because like I've always been a showboat, I've always been a a person that likes to play dress up. So whenever we were in the theater, I was always the first one in the costume closet. And of course, people feel comfortable when they're around me. So they're like, bitch, I want to put on a costume too. And I'm like, girl, there's literally no one here to stop you. I literally just put on like 8 costumes in front of you. I don't give a fuck what costume you put on. Actually, join me. Just don't touch any of these 8 because they're spoken for. So, like you have, and so like the teacher would come in and see that. And so from there, he was like, you're trying to like, he made it like I was trying to turn the drama department into like this drag university, like the precursor. If he knew about RuPaul's Drag Race, it was like he's trying to turn my drama program into like the precursor of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was like, no, like I just want to be a drag queen. Like everybody else just likes the fact that I just like to fucking key around. And so like I lost friends, like the parents were a little, it made my freshman drama year experience a little tough for me. My mom kind of stepped in. She didn't really agree with my lifestyle still at this point, but she also didn't like how the teacher made me feel. And so, she stepped in on my behalf and became a little more inclined in what I had going on. So she started to learn about theater and learn about singing and just so she could be a part of whatever I had
conversation.
going on. The conversation. And so from there, that's when I kind of got into dance because I did a musical, and the choreographer liked what she saw, and she was like, I really want you to try dancing, just like try it. And she had me audition for a summer intensive. And I actually got in for dance. And at this point, I never took a ballet class. I never had any proper training. I actually got my first set of proper training in the summer intensive, where they took, quote unquote, the best of whatever your major would be in college in Georgia. They sent you to college for the summer. So my college major was dance. And I was gagging because like I was the only boy that was chosen, and I literally had never taken a ballet class, never did a ballet audition, never did a solo. Like I just danced in the corps in Aida and had like another part. And the choreographer was just like, I just want you to trust me, and we're just gonna like, I literally want you to do everything that I'm telling you to do. And then she was like, when you're in class, if you don't know, she was like, I want you to perform. Like, she was like, your job is to make them believe that you're a ballet dancer. Like, as an actor, your job is to get the job and act, like, fake it till you fucking make it. And I was like, are you serious? She was like, I'm so fucking serious. Like, she was like literally, and she was like, and when you're dancing, like, really dance in class. Like, and that's where the first time that I learned one of my biggest lessons is that prior preparation prevents poor performance.
One more time.
Prior preparation prevents poor performance. And I say that to say that, like, you practice how you're going to perform. So if you're in class and everything is self-involved, everything is timid, when it's time for you to break out of that shell, you're going to have such a hard time, when in fact you should just dance the whole class, full out the whole class. Like, you should be emotional the entire class, because that's what dance is. That's what Vogue is. It's a conversation. Ooh, it's kind of like a cute little way to say it.
No shade.
But honestly, it really is. And I think that since we are into that moment, once you have that realization that it's never half-assed, you'll always do your best. That doesn't mean that you'll always get the grand prize, but you'll always do your best, and you're 9 times out of 10 will always make the moment that you wanted to make.
Right.
Through preparation is what you mean.
And not by like and that doesn't mean choreography.
No. It doesn't mean prepping. Oh, after 2 8 counts, I'm gonna do this stuff.
Like not that type, that type of prep, but like literally mentally preparing yourself and preparing your body for what it is that you're getting ready to go into.
But also, like, I feel as if you're going full of practice and you get that vocabulary that kind of sticks to your body in terms of a muscle memory. That's exactly the word, right? That's the preparation that we're talking about. It's like bitch, maybe you'll slip, maybe you'll fall, maybe you'll turn, and it's not going to be what you're expecting, but the muscles are going to kick in to kind of catch you and take you to something else.
That's another good segue into like the class that I'm teaching later on tonight. Like, that's kind of why I love the curriculum that I have, because it doesn't necessarily focus on the things that we as Voguers already focus on all the time. The judges are focusing on all the time. Like, we don't need another class of the elements. Like, to be honest, in a classroom setting, there's only so many ways that you can structure a free-form thing. Like, the 5 elements is free-formed. So trying to put that in a curriculum is hard for me, for it to be a long-term thing or something that can be a part of your preparation.
Do you mean for you or for other people?
For anybody that vogues in general, because voguing is personal. So I can't tell you how to catwalk. I can just tell you what a catwalk entails. So for me to, in a class, if I'm always like, okay, so today we're going to catwalk like this, like, I feel like that does a disservice to the voguer, because now what you're doing isn't genuine to how you feel. It's genuine to what you were taught. And you shouldn't teach someone how to feel. You should let that person feel how they feel. And then you should interpret as the judge, whether you like it or not. And then as the performer, you should take said judgment and then say to myself, okay, do I want that person's vote? That's another thing. Like, do I want to sacrifice what feels good to me for her? Because 9 other people saw it. So am I really going to change the trajectory of where I'm going for my ballroom career for one judge that doesn't see it? Or this is the judge for me. So maybe this is the person that I do want to see it. This is someone that like I admire. This is someone that like I want them to see it for me. And it's not that they don't see it for me, but they see it for me, but they've never voted for me. So it's something that they want me to learn that I'm not giving them yet. So I'm gonna keep going. You know, and like I'm gonna ask open-ended questions. I'm not gonna ask like, well, you know, like, what exactly did I do wrong? Like, you know, I would just ask like, so why, like, what, like, why couldn't you focus on me? Like, cause I saw you, like you didn't look my way. Like, why is it that you never even gave me the opportunity? Cause sometimes a judge can tell you, well, I saw what I needed to see from you from your 10s. And I just knew that it wasn't going anywhere else from there.
I don't think that's fair. Cause, but some girls can turn it in their 10s and be a fool in their vows.
That's true.
It's a whole different skill set. Some opinion, girls right?
Not tank, but don't do as well
in their 10s, and then they're battle cats.
Right.
It's 2 very different skill sets. Like, to be doing it on your own versus doing it with somebody else, whether you're interacting or not, I feel as if it's a different game. But yeah. Why don't we walk us through like the ballroom evolution, how you got in, who got you in, your houses, all the things. Let's go down memory lane.
This is so fun. Okay, so the first person to ever introduce me to ballroom is Devon. Do you understand?
Shout the fuck out.
Shout out to her. She actually...
It makes so much sense, actually.
Believe it or not, I was going through a very tough time in college, and she was just like, I really feel like you should just come to this Vogue session. And I was like, okay. And I went. Kevin was there.
Kevin Jay-Z.
Kevin Jay-Z was there. That was my first time meeting Kevin. That was my first time meeting Tails. That was my first time meeting Baby Q. Allison, although she was a butch queen at the time, but that's neither here nor there. Allison was there. Who else?
Where was that?
This was in Philadelphia.
Philly. Okay, that's what I thought.
At University of the Arts.
Okay, cool.
Stanley was there. He didn't Vogue, but we was just in school together. And we Vogued, and I had an amazing time. Like, when the Vogue session was over, he came to me and asked me a question about whatever. Still to this day, I don't even remember like what was so traumatic that was going on in my life. Like, honestly, my very first Vogue session literally washed everything away. Like, I was like, huh? Bitch, what? Like, y'all want, like, what Tamaya said? Like, like, did you want to break it up? Like, yeah, it was really giving that. Like, I was like, no, Shay, like, bitch, this is tea. Like, and we can just, like, y'all just
do this.
Just do this. Like, bitch, it's okay. Like,
it's gonna break it up.
Like, it's giving, no, like, so I can really, like, fag out, like,
right.
For real, like,
shake my
and that's what yeah, right.
I was like, oh,
don't put them titties away.
I was like, yeah, let me. And so I went to my first little Philly First Fridays with Davon, because I was like, yeah, like, bitch, what? I went to my first Vogue session, just like how any other person that first joins Ballroom, like, they're like, bitch, after that first Vogue session, they're like, girl, fuck that, bitch, like, get me out there, like, bitch, I'm ready to hit it with the girls. And so he was like, I was like, girl, I think that you should just go ahead and get the address,
right?
Because, bitch, we're hitting it to this Philly First Friday, girl, and I'm about to win. Like,
wait, so you just learned to Vogue, like, yeah, and you're like, I'm ready.
I just felt it. Like, I was like,
take me to the ball.
Like, I was like, girl, no shit. Like, bitch, I'm getting me a piece. Like, I'm getting me a piece. No shit. Like, I'm getting me a piece of the ball. Like, girl, what? And Kevin gonna be on the mic, bitch. What? Girl, he gonna be chatting like he wasn't a girl. Yeah, no shade.
Wow.
Can you imagine having Kevin chanting at your fucking Vogue practice? Like, girl, please, girl.
I think
going back and forth from Vogue and
bitch.
It's
I think I would have been a Voguer.
No shade.
How can you not Vogue? If
How can
Kevin
you not
is in
Vogue?
your fucking face at practice.
Like the way he was crawling on the floor with Naomi, bitch.
And conducting. And doing the witchery.
And breathing.
Like, what?
But yeah, so you went to that. You did go to that first Philly.
I went to that Philly First Friday ball.
Did you win?
No.
Damn.
I got chopped twice by Erica Kay and by Jason. But to be fair, the Vogue was not. The Vogue, it was. I don't like it, but it was passable. But the look was.
The look was what
the look
threw you
was,
out.
Ooh.
Damn.
I didn't even think that far into Ballroom. Like, I was just like, bitch, go be gay. So, like, I just threw on. I didn't know about tucking. It was just, ugh.
Damn. I mean, it's quite impressive for the Vogue to be passable after one Vogue session.
No, I wasn't though. Like, the Vogue wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. Okay,
it wasn't good. I mean, it was like, because I'm a dancer, it was just so like ballerina.
Yeah.
Like, super.
I hate those types of Vogue.
Off camera, I will show you too.
You have the clip?
I have my first ever like clip that was ever on YouTube. It's such a key.
Bitch.
Yeah.
So DYU brought you into Ballroom through those practices and
and from there I literally just started practicing on my own and like just practicing and like watching clips.
Mm-hmm. Who were your biggest inspirations as you were growing up?
Angel was definitely one of my big inspirations. Tia was one of my big inspirations. Tamaya, of course. Mercedes. Actually, all of the gloves. Shout out to the OGs of Butch Queen Vogue Fem.
Brown Velvet.
Shade. Shout out to the girls. Those were the girls. No tea. They got me up. That's pretty much it. Like, once I found like the gloves, I was hooked. Like, I say it all the time when I'm practicing. Like, there's a certain moment when I'm practicing for myself where I try to like transport myself to an era. And like, Butch Queen Vogue Fem circa 2003 was so fab to me. Like, the girls were fab. The girls in 2003 were fab.
I think it also has to do with the number of people that were out. Was just, now you have a fucking lineup of 120 girls.
The gag is, it was always a lineup, but the girls just didn't get the role. It was never a massive lineup, but it was always other girls besides the gloves.
The heavy hitters,
when the gloves hit the floor, it gave girl sorry.
No shade.
No shade. If you ain't stepping your cookie up, girl, it's given. I'm finna be battling my sisters tonight because bitch, we do not care to see you. No shade, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that with Ballroom growing, Vogue Fem subsequently became that like place filler category.
Interesting.
For anybody for anyone that was feminine. Any butch queen that's feminine is like, you're not really real. You can't really dress. You're bow-legged.
No.
Yeah, so like, yeah, just go. Like, we'll just throw you in beginner's performance, and like we'll figure out like the Vogue category. You know, like we'll work our way into there. Like I feel like mentally that's where some leaders go, as opposed to respecting the fact that like
not everybody can Vogue.
Everybody can Vogue. Not everybody can be a Vogue femme. Like, and I hate to say it, but I feel like there's a difference between someone that's voguing, like a butch queen that's voguing, and then a butch queen voguing like a femme queen. Like that person has an it factor, and everybody doesn't have it factors.
Ooh, break it down.
So when you start to take away the people that don't belong, the category becomes so much more interesting.
You get a tiny fucking crew.
Even if it's tiny, it's not.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. You get a like tiny crew. Yeah, like
the quantity really could be cared less, because the quality of what is going to come out is going to be so good, because everybody's going to always be like this.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, there's so much room for people, just like what we were saying about, you know, performance at the Purpose Ball. Like there's so much room for people to have like a,
well, whatever.
Right.
Girl, nobody knows her.
Yeah. Right.
Like, oh yeah, I can just breathe. I can breathe through this one. Like, them three. Oh yeah, I can breathe through those three. You know, like it's like, oh, girl, her. You know, as opposed to it like circa 2003, it was given, damn bitch.
Right.
Damn bitch.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about no breather. Back to back killers.
So when they were saying stop playing with me,
right,
it was given, no, for real, stop playing with me. Like, bitch, 3 girls back to back, and it was the girls. Like, don't play with me. It wasn't just giving like 3 just battles. Like, bitch, I battled 3 girls. Like, bitch, we was voting.
Right.
Thank you. Stop playing with me. You know, and so
you were learning and practicing on your own for a good chunk, but like, how did that translate to actually hitting the floor and joining a house? And
that translated into me just taking what I learned as a performer and as a dancer, and like technique and just performance quality and performance etiquette, and just really applying me into Ballroom. Like I feel like I honestly literally like joined Ballroom, because when I joined Ballroom, I was so different for the Butch Queen Vogue Fem category. Like I followed the rules, but I didn't.
In what sense?
I did whatever I wanted to, unapologetically, like literally, like whatever I felt is what I did, no matter how it made you feel. And there were a lot of people that fucked with it. And then there were some people that fucked with it, but they didn't understand it, because it was literally what voguing is. Like, it was literally me, like, cut open, like, this is how I feel right now. Like, with this the first crash, it's like, crash, like, yeah, this is how I feel. Like, y'all want to know how I feel? I'm about to tell you right now.
Right.
You know? And I also brought back the femininity. Well, I won't say just me, myself, but I feel like with the people that are in like my class of legends, or the people that I actually like grew up voguing against, like I was
want to list a few for the girls?
Yeah, well, I feel like I was always that feminine touch. Like when you think about Vogue Fem now, like now you're starting to see a lot more of like the the feminine essence in the stylistic ways even before coming into the ball. Like, you know, I feel like in that era people were still giving like butch queen and then I'm gonna go put on the cunt. And like for me, when I was walking with people, I literally saw people like taking boxers off and bitch, I was already tucked in a skirt. So it's like, you're going to put on your cunt and it's given, we're not the same. Like I actually put this on at
2 a.m. last night.
Yeah. So like when I am popping my shit, it's literally like, we're really not, like I'm really cunt.
And so
From the inside.
Like I'm really cunt. Like, like you saw these heels all night.
Right.
I didn't go put them on and I didn't take them off either. After I got my 10s.
Right.
My feet don't hurt.
Mine do. And I'm cunt. So it's really crazy.
But yeah, so like I just noticed like all of those things. But honestly, I made that choice because Thaddeus Allure, like, is also one of my biggest inspirations. That's a non-vulgar, like humongous inspiration. Just to like see the scene, like give her flowers, and she literally was not in drag, no hair, like just a butch queen, giving like, respect me as a woman. Like I look just as good in a fucking gown as she does with all of that body. No tea. And mine is expensive.
Come on now.
And that, like, that's things that he would say, like, yeah. It's so fab. And I've always wanted to give like nods to those type of people because I feel like there wasn't a necessary like over the top feminine presence in Vogue Fem. Like I feel like there were people that put it on.
Actually, I have a question. Sorry to cut you off. Do you mind talking about your gender expression?
No, I am gender fluid. Like, I think that's the political term.
Non-conforming.
Yeah,
fluid,
non-conforming,
open.
Like, I don't, because I know there's like, so like, cause there's different flags for different.
It's so funny. So me and Pussy are like the same age, and it's so funny because when people ask me that, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just the fags. Like I'm just the gays.
Yes,
like
I'm
we're from the '90s, girl. Where like we were not worried about labels like that. Like as long as you know we are ligga bigga ticka people, like I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only said that because in Atlanta, I didn't realize that there's different like subcategories to GNC.
Well,
so
that's exactly. Well, I was just gonna ask about like
I'm just you. Like, whatever you see in front of you is what you call me, respectfully, and I'll answer respectfully.
But I just want to circle back to like when you first got out. Like obviously, with the like you were GNC and B then, but you still stuck to Vogue Femme, which is ultimately a butch queen category, so under the masculine umbrella. How do you feel about the conversations about GNC inclusion? Do you feel like there's always been that room in ballroom for people to kind of pick and choose and fall under and kind of pave their way in terms of like, hey, yeah, I'm a butch queen Vogue Femme, but like off the floor, I wear a skirt and a heel too.
Yeah, I think there always has been that space. I think that people are having more balls to be themselves, and they're choosing to not let the fag be the only one that's celebrated for being the fag, because it's like, damn, like I spent all this time hating her when I could have just been walking with her and we could have got there together. Like I literally want to be her like so bad. That's really the thing. Like it takes, honestly, if I would have never saw Thaddeus, Pussy probably would never be like, I probably would still like have.
But you felt comfortable walking Vogue Femme. Like you wouldn't have sought out a drag performance or like a femme queen performance down the line, like taking all the way over to the transition, obviously. But like you still felt comfortable walking Vogue Femme as a GNC person.
I would have felt comfortable walking Butch Queen Vogue Femme, but I would have conformed to what everybody else was doing. Like I would have came to the balls in like jeans and.
Wait, how old are you, or how long ago, or how old were you when you first entered Ballroom?
I graduated high school in 2010, and I walked my first ball in 2013.
Me too.
21. I was 21.
No, 2011.
I was 21 when I went to
2011.
Yeah, I graduated. Went to
Oh no, I
college,
thought you said you walked your first ball in 2011. I was gagging.
I did.
Bitch, Tamar's old.
I am old. Okay,
Run my sister
so
her back.
I was 21 when I walked my first ball.
so what?
Really?
Do you, I was 19, I think 18, 19. So what do you feel is the biggest difference in regards to like how ballroom is now, especially with binaries and the evolution of how the world views people today versus what it was back then? Because like non-binary people, gender non-conforming people have existed since the beginning of time, obviously, as we all know. But now there's a name for it that's more popularly used. And I feel like in certain pockets of the world, in different ballroom scenes, more and more it's becoming the norm to have categories like GNC face or
Yeah, GNC faces are pretty. I mean, honestly,
it's the only one that I really see it for.
Yeah,
to be
I
honest.
see a GNC best dressed or like a fashion
best dressed,
category.
yeah.
I
It's
think that could
definitely
really
fashion.
turn it.
I think
Like, would you want a GNC performance?
hugging-
Would you want GNC performance?
Would that have made you feel more affirmed?
that's why I'm hugging the mic, because this is for all of my GNC people. I don't want you to feel as though what I'm saying, don't take this the wrong way. So I'm giving you all the love.
She's caressing the mic tenderly,
Yeah.
baby. 2 hands.
I honestly feel like as a class of people, we have been so discarded and so forgotten about that when we are included, we're now acting out the phrase of give them an inch and they want to take a mile. Like, we want to be inclusive, but we have been inclusive. GNC face is included and it makes sense. And I'm going to talk about it. Gender non-conforming realness doesn't make sense. Because GNC means gender non-conforming. Realness is a conformative category.
It's specifically about conforming and
So,
binaries.
like, there's no way that, because no one in heterosexual cis society, people that literally could not tell you what a ball is unless they're thinking about Beauty and the Beast. They're not thinking about us voguing, calling each other cunts and fags and sissies. Like, those are fighting words if you say that to them.
Yeah.
You know? So in that world, GNC doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So you can't want to be a part of a category that's conformative if your whole plot in life is to broadcast that I'm not going to conform.
right.
I don't even know why that conversation is even a thing. Because, like, bitch, first of
I
all,
feel like
GNC
it's a thing
people,
because no one from the GNC community is saying what I'm saying now. Like,
yeah, but my thing
we're
is
not, like, it's not making
girls
sense.
why
do.
would people that are gender non-conforming on the day-to-day asking people to approach them with all this openness in terms of like, just take me as I am, right? Why do you want to go in front of a panel now and have them judge you on
Whether you look
On
like
your
a boy.
identity.
on your identity of like whether are you more of a boy, are you more of a girl, are you in the middle? Like, what the fuck are we looking
And
for?
mind you, like, I don't see why people are so itchy that are gender non-conforming people, non-binary people. Why are you so itchy to walk realness of all categories in ballroom? There's literally so
you know
many
what's so
other
crazy?
categories that you can go and
It's
walk.
not, I don't even think that it's,
Why are you thirsty for
I hate to
realness?
say this, I don't even think that it's people that are really gender non-conforming. It's just cunty butch queens that want to like that. I'm being so serious. Like, when you think about it, majority of the people that are like in the forefront of this plot are like yes, bitch, like, I want to walk realness. Like, and it's like, girl, you just want to get in front of the panel and carry.
Yes.
Like, and it's no shade. Like, there's a category in the Kiki scene for that. Like, just go walk cunt versus cunt, girl.
No shade.
No shade. Like, cunt versus cunt is literally gender non-conforming realness. Like, because
You don't have to fit into a binary.
you don't have to fit into a binary. You just have to be done,
And
bitch.
cunt.
But
Cunt, and you need to be able to read.
But going back to like back in the day, would you have felt more affirmed, or that it would have made more sense had there been a GNC performance category for you to walk? Or do you really feel like Vogue Fem was open and Vogue Fem was welcoming anyway?
But the category is Butch Queen voguing like a femme
Femme
queen.
right.
So there's the GNC part in there. Like, it's just all in how you choose to portray it. Like, for me, I didn't look at Butch Queen Vogue Fem as a category in the ball. It's my category for ballroom in general. Like, I don't just walk the category. Like, when I come to the ball, I am
You
Butch
are
Queen voguing like a femme. I am a him queen. Like, so when people ask me my identity in ballroom, I literally tell them, like, him queen to me is the identity version of a Butch Queen voguing like a femme queen. Like, I'm a him queen.
A butch queen, femme queen combo, like femme queen at heart.
Yes.
And that's your category, because that's what I love the way you broke that down, honestly speaking, because it speaks true to like someone that's in drag. Like, you don't just get into drag when you're walking on the runway. You must, that's who you are. Like, Kevin is not a Mugler, but Tamar is. You get what I'm saying?
Damn,
like,
Kevin.
I know. Life is
What
tricky.
is she, Escada?
It's so tricky.
Kevin? No, Kevin is definitely
A Lanvin.
A Revlon.
Yeah.
No, Kevin's
damn.
definitely a
Kevin is-
Lanvin. Like,
You
right
ate
now
that.
in front of me, Kevin is definitely like executive.
You know what's
Lon-
funny is that
Lanvin
it was her
down.
second option.
That was actually my first.
Really?
That was my
First
first,
option.
option, and they told me no. But this is before I even knew Mugler was an option. It was Lanvin, and then they're like, "Oh, you need more clips." I'm just like, "What does that mean? It's either I'm cunt or I'm not cunt."
What does that mean?
Yeah, I didn't. Honestly speaking, I never even
Like,
asked.
when people ask that, like, when you're first coming in, they're like, "Where are the clips?" And you're like, "What?
Like, girl.
Is there a person that I
Especially
go,
for
like,
especially for
is-
fucking realness. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
just
like,
show up.
and there
Are
was
you real?
there wasn't like a lot of drags back then either. Like, there was people to battle back then, but I think that pretty soon drags will be such an obsolete category
because of GNC?
No, the girls are
because
just transitioning.
The girls are now comfortable moaning out. Like, they're telling their parents at like 10, I'm trans, and they're just hooked up on. I'm not, maybe not in the States as much, because your laws are starting to change a little bit. Shout out to Florida. But no, I think that it's going to be obsolete. It'll only be in the kiki scene for the girls that are just like experimenting what it's like to cross dress, but then they immediately moan out.
There's some girls in my Kiki house that I am gagging at. Like, there's this one girl. They showed me a picture of her in high school, and I was like, yeah, she's gonna walk realness, and I was like, she can't. Like, this little teenage girl cannot. Like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not gonna have a moment. We're not gonna have that kind of moment. We're not gonna have that
A
moment.
scheme.
Yeah, and they was like, no, she's like,
She's a boy.
no, she's a femme queen, and I was like, but she's like 7. Like, she's like 17. Like, and I was like, I'm not. No, I was like, no, she's not. Like, I was like, that's a girl. And it's just, but it's so.
They are moaning from birth
Yes,
now,
and they're
baby. Like,
I don't know if she moaned from birth, but like her drag pictures in middle school, I was just like, that's not her. Like, that's the same person.
It really reminds me of like Jasmine when one of Jasmine's friends showed a photo to Tamar, and it was like Jasmine, her boyfriend,
Which Jasmine?
boyfriend, Mugler, and then a girlfriend of hers, the one that we showed you yesterday. Yeah.
Right on.
And so right in the middle, it was Jasmine, and so Tamar was like, "Oh, that's 2 girls and a boy." It's only to realize that for the. I mean, you tell the story better.
Like,
yeah.
So I had started my house, and there was these 2 random white boys that I found at a ball. It was the first time at a ball, first time walking, and they were cute. So I'm like, okay, come on over. Like, don't talk to anybody else. I got you. After I'm done with this ball, I'm going to talk to you guys, and I'm going to give you guys the breakdown and blah blah blah. So I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. We went to the Starbucks. Me and 9 at the time, we went to Starbucks to have our first house meeting with these kids, and I'm like, okay, well, do y'all have any cute friends? Like, what does it give? And they're like, yeah. So they open up their phone and they're showing me this picture. And it's a picture of 4 people.
3. Nigel, Norel, and Jazz.
Yes, 3 people. It was a boy and 2 girls. And I'm like, oh my God, the girls are gorgeous. Like, I'm mind blown. Like, yes, bring them. Like, and they're kittens. And like, no, I'm like, what's their names, whatever. And they're like, oh, that's a boy. That's dead name. And I'm just like, huh? Like, and I'm looking at the photo, and it's the most beautiful little girl I've ever seen. Like, eyes wide, makeup, just like hair slick, like just, and then they're like, no, that's dead name. And I'm just like looking, I'm like, it's not computing.
It's like, I hear what you're saying,
and
but
then
it's not true.
they're like, that's a boy. And I'm looking at the photo, and realized there is no titties there. As in, like, she wasn't even stuffing. No, she was just so cunt. She couldn't even contain it. She was such a femme queen on the inside, but had no one to show her that she's a femme queen. It didn't dawn on her.
Yeah.
Like, transition never dawned on her. Putting on a bra never dawned on her. Like, my mind was blown. I said, I need to connect with this girl so badly. And it's just like, anyways, long story short, it was just like beautiful to see like that kind of connection. Like, I've never lived through seeing someone from Butch Queen to like Junior Femme Queen Supreme, if that makes sense. To like, it's like, we don't have a lot of that here in Canada. So for us to all witness Jasmine's like growth and like how she just grabbed life by the balls and is like carrying, like literally carrying, like deeply. So yeah, anyways.
That's fab.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Jasmine.
Yeah. I did have a question and I forgot what it was. Oh my God.
I mean, I feel as if we can talk about Vogue a lot because I'm thinking that a lot of people will want to hear your perspective on the category in general, like how you approach it. What does Vogue mean to you? Why has it played such an important role in your life? Like, why are you connected so deeply?
And also, why do you keep doing it?
Why do you keep doing it this many years? And
what keeps you going?
It's really therapeutic. I don't Vogue for a coin or a grand prize.
Bitch, you won $5,000. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
That's why I said typically. Typically, I don't. Like, outside of a ballroom, like outside of like walking a ball, I literally do Vogue all the time.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not even and like, I'll even walk a Kiki ball or a little mini ball here or there, and like, it's not even to bully people or to just be like, I want to win the grand prize. I'm so trained in expressing how that makes me feel, that like my emotions are connected to like crashes. So like, I hear them. No, seriously, like I hear them and I can't.
You can't contain the spirit.
I can't, like, I really wish that I
can. Yo, if there was a video to this podcast, you would see that like as Pussy's talking about the crash, she's like edging on her fucking chair, like she's getting horny on her chair for the crash, bitch. Like, it's crazy. It's insatiable.
Bitch, I wish we had one, but
okay,
we set one up on the machine.
We did. Actually, it's a great idea.
That would be fab. That would be fab.
Ow!
No, there's this video that my best friend has of me. I was like literally asleep. I had earphones in my ear, and like apparently, I guess the beat must have came on, and I was really like voguing,
like twitching.
No,
like full Vogue.
Yes, like I was on the floor, like
yes,
but I was like asleep. Like they tapped me, and I was like, "What?" And they was like, "So you just gonna carry like that on the floor?" And I was like, "What are y'all talking about?"
That is a key.
So like, I don't, like, for me, I cannot not do it. It really is therapeutic. It is the healthiest addiction that I've ever come across. Like, this is the one thing that I can honestly say that you can be addicted to and it won't kill you.
You could break an arm or a leg, but it won't kill you.
Bitch.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's you breaking your arm or your leg because you're just being stupid, trying to like go for blood, and there's no reason to.
Don't look at me, Tamar.
Miss Thing was just in the hospital last week.
No, it's no shade. I tell Pandora that all the time. Like, Pandora literally, what's so crazy is like, we'll be in the house practicing and you'll be like, Pandora, like, this is not for fucking 50,000. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, like, seriously, like, you'd be like, bitch, calm the fuck down. Like,
you know what's so funny about Pandora? Canada got a piece of Pandora last December. And if you say Pandora's name, everyone's just like, put them titties away.
Put them titties away. Now put them titties away.
Everyone
Pandora.
Yeah.
Fuck them titties. Fuck them titties. Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Pandora, fuck them titties, bitch.
But no, seriously, like, actually, not even just Pandora. Like, I feel like Nick can attest to this. Like, I really feel like it's like a thing with the West. Like once you start,
I wouldn't know anymore.
but
No,
You
but
wouldn't
no.
know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Come on, you
I
love
would know.
them.
I do. I'm just trying.
My heart is
That
broken
was-
for my sister.
I know that
Yeah,
wasn't
no, go
that
ahead.
wasn't how I planned for that to go. I just want to put that out there. That is not. I was
It was
not.
not a scheme.
It was not a
Not trying
scheme.
it.
Yeah, for the girls, this is not a narrative. This is not a plot.
No, definitely not.
And it's all love. If we're gonna keep
Yeah.
it a
No,
beat,
no,
it
for real,
really,
for real.
it
We're just
really
being-
is all
I
I
love.
was
just being funny.
it was just a reference though.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like honestly, it's like a thing. Like I've never been around a group of people that like will Vogue the fuck
Full out.
down like in this little space. Like I don't know if did y'all see the clip where like me and Kendra was in the house and Kendra like rolled me up in a carpet into a 360. Like it gets but like
What?
for nothing, for free. Like for fucking free. Like bitch, like
No, I rolled you up in the rug, bitch.
like still to this day, but mind you, let's be very clear. We were like 8 beats in, and I was fucking her up from the first crash. It gave crash, bitch. What's good? Like but see, they didn't. She didn't get that part of the clip.
Yo.
But she said it. She was giving girl. I had to get her up out of here, bitch. Like I had turned around and pussy was going for broke. I was giving girl. I had been went for broke.
in the house, mind you.
Mind you, in the house for free. I had just walked in the door.
I live for that. That's
Me
my
too.
no. That is my favorite type of Vogue.
Yeah, but
Like 100%. Because it's just the fun one. Like with the
It's
people
so
that you're
fun.
around, it's just like
that's my favorite part of West Weekend.
That's why their ballroom in the States grows at the rate it does, and people harness their craft the way they do, is because it's literally a culture. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that you do once a week. It's not like just like a drop in or whatever. It's literally what engulfs your life. When you have a kickback, bitch, we're cutting up the entire night, bitch, sweating down. Don't come with your good lashes on, your wig. Like, girl, it's giving cut up in the name for hours.
In Atlanta, anytime the West do anything together and I'm there, the girls that don't Vogue, when they see me come in the door, they be like,
a
oh,
pump
shit.
a beat.
Giving,
Vogue
bitch,
mania.
all fucking shit. So go and go take your ass in the room because you
Right.
already know what's happening. Yeah, go ahead and cut that game off. Hope y'all had a great time. Put them tables away.
Right. Bring them titties out, bitch.
but
It's
no,
fine.
Y'all don't even have to vote. This is for me.
Oh,
I
work
need
it
the
out.
space, whether y'all vote with me or
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Bitch, I'm
yeah,
getting me
yeah.
a piece. No
Yeah.
shade. I'm high.
Shut
I
up.
live for that.
No tea. I'm ready to carry.
Another quick voguing question. What one moment sticks out to you as the moment where you're just like, I really have arrived. Like I felt it. Maybe you cried out. Like, you know, those really emotional times, like where voguers, like you have kind of like a breakthrough almost where you're like, this is something serious that I'm going to like actually forever do. I'm committed to it.
Was so crazy. Literally last week.
Wait. And that's the episode of bitch. Thank you so much for listening.
Like,
bitch.
No, when I say that to say it was only because of the last part that you said where it was like, I'm gonna do this forever. Honestly, it's one thing to step into a ball where people know your work and they scream. For Eurovision, I literally performed all week in front of 60,000 people, and
Live.
every live, and I'll show you all that too. And literally every time that I didn't even start voguing yet, I was just walking and swinging a tail. And because people saw like the practice clip that Eurovision posted, literally the entire stadium was like, oh my God. And I'm like, that's crazy that you all like, they're just like, that's like like you're the best voguer I've ever seen. And I'm like duck, like basically duck walking. Like I wasn't even really like voguing like how the community knows that I can vogue. So I'm just like, wow, I'm really made to do this. Like that's crazy. Like, and I'm talking about people that like everybody. Like I've never been to a space where like my whole Eurovision experience, anytime someone saw me, they was like, yes, like,
Yo.
oh my God, am
Yes,
I doing it?
work the house down, boots, mama.
But it wasn't, it wasn't like that either. Like
No?
it wasn't them giving like, yes, work. Like they were literally like, and it's like singing the song, and they're like, am I doing it? Like I really like when the song comes on, like I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, am I really voguing? Like I want to vogue to the song, and I'm like, wow, like y'all are really trying, like, and I'm just like, that's so crazy. And like, mind you, I'm standing there in like a Chanel mini dress, thigh high boots, like nail bag, and they're just like, yes, like I want to like, and I'm just like, that's crazy that like I'm having this conversation with a husband and his daughter. And the wife is like recording, like
They got it.
African couple, like
Wow.
And I'm just like,
That hits different.
it hits so different. Like for me, I'm just like, no, I was literally like one of the only Americans like involved in the
Eurovision production.
So to see all of these cultures and like nationalities, and they're just like
coming together
like,
in a spot.
I respect this, like I love this, like be you know, like, and I'm just like, this is so, not to feel it on their time, but it's like, you told me that people would never pay to see me do this, and I just made more than you've ever made teaching me in 2 weeks.
Right.
And I just started my Vogue career for real. I feel like outside of Ballroom.
One thing I tell the kids when they come into Ballroom, especially like black kids, is that what's so magical about Ballroom is one of the many things I should say that's magical about Ballroom is that like you are encouraged to unlearn everything your parents and like your culture tried to teach you not to be. That came so naturally to you. Now you get to actually tap into what comes authentically and natural to your body and your mind, and you get to be celebrated for that. Like every single thing that I was told not to be personally is what has brought me this far in life. Like I would have never been on primetime TV had it not been for that. I would have never been considered for certain things, certain opportunities. My job, I wouldn't have it. Like I probably wouldn't even be alive if I did not take at least what I could and create something with it and like celebrate the fag inside, celebrate my inner femme queen vibe, like, you know, like be okay with being a feminine man, like those kind of things. Like but it takes like a certain level of like mental security and health to be able to like process the fact that you have to undo years of like
a lot of
people,
self-work.
People changing
100%.
who you are so that they are comfortable and you're not even comfortable in your own body. So there's certain kids in the House of Luby that I'm just like, I hope that you can get that breakthrough, because once you are able to get past the anxiety of being who you are versus who you were taught to be, you will get so much more out
That's
of
the
life.
liberation.
Yeah.
100%.
You'll even be able to breathe, like you can breathe, like it's just
A physical
You
weight.
can
feel
have a
weight
very
lifted.
hot breath.
wait. So I have been practicing.
Yo,
No, isn't it kind though?
Yeah, no, it really is. I was just gonna say, I really
It's
have
like
been
if I'm really gonna
practicing.
like talk like the girl, then this is the voice that I use. Yeah,
I
just really turn it on, and the guys love it.
I just want you all to know that I'm like,
Tamar is now Pussy's drag mother.
Yeah, like when you
Love the
talk-
record show.
when you talk to them on the phone, you just like it's really kind.
But Pussies, that was like a very recent example. I think it's totally valid, right? Especially from like a career point of view and knowing that you want to do that forever.
But
But
as far as
circling back to
Ballroom-
Tamar's question, I think like I want to take it back to earlier on in your days where like something really clicked in you that you knew the Vogue was for you, whether it was a career or not. You knew that you were going to be voguing for the rest of your lives.
So it was the second time that I said to my friends, like, bitch, I'm going to this ball. And, like, I'm about to turn it. So like,
Did you turn it?
no, I really did.
Oh.
So what it was after I got that chop in Philly, I went on this like Vogue boot camp. Like, sorry, all I did was Vogue. Literally, like, wake up, Vogue, eat, Vogue, go to sleep, Vogue, like
Vogue in the sleep.
Yes, like I was just voguing, and then I would watch clips with my friends downstairs in my basement, and this was when I was really big into like Esquilita and like Vogue nights, and I was like, no shade, y'all, like I'm about to make my name.
And so you're back in Atlanta, or you're still in
No, I'm in Atlanta now at this point.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to make a name for myself. I'm getting out there. Like, I was like, I'm sick of like, because, you know, everybody had like plays like they're voguing at a ball in their living room. And I was like, this is cute for today, but this is the last day that I'm getting my fucking tens in front of you bitches. Like, no shade. Like, I was like, bitch, the next time that we turn on a fucking YouTube, bitch, I'm going to be all over that motherfucker. Mark my motherfucking words.
I love that.
I live for that.
And I was like, and now I know that I may not be the best person, but I know what the fuck I'm getting ready to bring, and ain't no bitch voguing like this. I done worked real hard on this performance, and god damn it, I'm putting it out there. So I went to this ball, and I really wish that they had the clips. This was when Atlanta started doing like a little First Fridays or whatever, and they had this category for performance. They broke it down. We had to bring it like an X-Men character or Marvel character, should I say. And I brought it as Emma Frost, but I also walked Virgin Performance. But that night, the way so also too, you had to tell the judges who you were before you started voguing. And then, you know, like, it was like the next one, bitch, I took off. And what for me, when I went back and saw the clip, the moment where I knew that it was the moment for me was the judges. One of the commentators was like, but y'all didn't ask her who the fuck she was, and all the judges said, that bitch Storm, we don't give a fuck who she is. Yeah. Like, I don't care what her Marvel character is, bitch, like, she just fucking carried. And then for me, like, that specific ball, just like as a virgin, going all the way to last battle and only losing because of politics, once I learned, because ultimately I got voted over by my first house.
What was your first house? Saint Laurent?
Saint Laurent. Like, they voted over me, but they voted over me because they were in competition. But, well, not in competition. The person that I was battling, little did I know, they wanted him to be in the house too. But it was Bam, that used to be an Allure / Milan. You know what I'm talking about? Vogue Fem.
Probably I don't know.
He's like an older girl, but he was supposed to come to the house, and so I didn't get the vote that was rightfully mine at that moment. But just seeing how like the scene took to what I genuinely worked for, offer. And it was just like the clip, like, and I was just like, it just clicked in my head, and I was like, bitch, I said that. I said it. And like when the clip came out in like the Atlanta little ballroom group, I was like, bitch, this is it. This is it. And
she's here.
I was like, it's no. It really gave that, because they was like, what's your name? And like at that time, my name was Pussy Galore.
I was gonna ask you what your first what name you started off with.
So, well, I didn't even give myself that name. Fish actually gave me that name in a dance studio. You want to know what's so crazy?
One thing about Fish,
in my mind, Tamar, I was going to be Tweety Miyake Mugler. No shade.
Tweety
Miyake Mu fucking Glare. No
really?
Shade. Yes. Like,
why Tweety?
Because I was just in love with Tweety Bird.
Yo, no other reason.
And then I changed it to Cutie with the Q, and then Kiva the Diva, and then Kiva the Diva.
Kiva?
Yeah, with the Q. I was in this whole I was in this whole like Q phase.
Got it.
Because I was trying to like find cunty ways to keep the Q, because my name's Quentin. So I was like, I don't want to be Quentin. I was like, but I want to have like a Q. So I was like,
pussy works out.
Maybe, yeah. And when the girl said it, she was like, what's your name? And I was like, yeah, you know, Kiva the Diva. And she was like,
it's pussy.
She was like, I mean, it's cute. And I was like, and she was like, no, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but she was like, honestly, like, the way your body moves and like just listening to like the words of the songs, she was like, honestly, I feel like if Pussy Galore, James Bond's girlfriend, could vogue, she would vogue like you. And I was like, Pussy Galore is kind of kind. Fuck, I didn't even know.
Like,
I didn't even.
fuck you.
Like, I didn't even know who Pussy Galore was. I was like, I mean,
The name is cute.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, no shit.
yeah.
She must have been fab with that kind of name. So,
Right.
I mean, girl, we done rename a bunch of bitches in our time.
Yeah.
I wish I would have had that guidance. But
wait. So do you not? So question, like, would you prefer to be called Aura or Knick-Knack? I mean, now at this point, like, now
at this point,
not up to you.
No, it's not up to
It's
me.
too late. You're ready next time.
Yeah, I don't mind actually either.
it is up to you. Nevaeh changed her name in the middle of her career. She used to be Shanae.
Yeah, I
So
don't
did
mind
Tamaya.
either. I don't mind either. I respond to either. I'm cool with either. I feel as if Aura is something that like my very close people call me.
I feel like Canada is like, and it's like really close people.
Very close people call me Aura. Like even in Canada, a lot of people call me Knick-Knack.
So like Aura is like your second name, but Knick-Knack is like your stage name.
No, the stage name was
It
Aura.
was Aura.
Oh.
And
Nick
then
is his real name.
Nick is my real name.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And so at first my Facebook was Knick-Knack, just because I didn't want to put my last name on there. And so people started calling me Knick-Knack everywhere. It's like Nick. And then I don't know why, bitch. I was watching this clip or something of Knick-Knack Paddywhack. I was like, you know what? I can do Knick-Knack Paddywhack.
I remember
on
the
Facebook.
night she fucking messaged me saying, I'm going to change my Facebook name to Knick-Knack Paddywhack. I said, bitch, if you do, I'm not even going to be your friend no more. And it's over for you. And 2 seconds later, I see I'm in a conversation with Knick-Knack Paddywhack. Are you fucking kidding me? And then it kind of turns it when you hear Kevin saying that on the mic, Knick-Knack.
Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes
kind of
sense.
eats.
But no, I'm open to either. My first name was au revoir, like goodbye in French, split in two.
Late.
Very. But my thing
late.
is, a lot of the girls that were in my Kiki house back then, you know, we're not gonna hash out the old things, had late names. Like Nine
Okay,
lives.
so I have to ask you all a question.
9 tails, 9 lives.
9 lives with a VEZ.
This is to Aura, Tamar, and all the people that are listening. For those that are listening, please message me in my DMs and let me know how you feel about this name. So if I was to ever get in drag, the name that I really want to do, but I won't do it because nobody likes it, I really feel like Passionate
No.
is like such a fab name.
What happened to Piper?
Passionate.
Well, Piper came because everybody gave.
Tell you don't want to pass. That's
everybody
the problem. You want to be a GNC so bad, bitch. You want to be a GNC so bad. If you don't tuck and don't put on a bra, you can be passionate all you want. Bitch, we are not going anywhere together. Passionate. Bitch, imagine like, oh, what's your name, Tamar? What's her name? Passionate.
Passionate.
Like,
No
bitch,
shade, that's
you sound like a
fab.
sex worker, Missing. You sound like a stripper.
No shade is just
You sound like a stripper
but you have to say
from the
it's-
90s.
Why are you gonna make
Passionate.
I think it's the way you're saying it. Like you just have to,
No.
you kind of have to like finesse it.
Can you tell me how you would say it to the girls?
Passionate?
Can you say it a bit more?
A bit more. Okay.
Okay, so I'll be the nigga. Yo, baby, what's your name?
Passionate.
Key. One shot.
No, I really no.
Passionate. What's it make you
I
feel
like Piper.
I like Piper, which is
I just
also a
think-
little slutty, but it's like
I just think it's just Banji. Like
a bitch passionate. How would you? Let me ask the spelling, bitch. Let me-
PASSIONNE with an accent aigu.
Wait,
no, it's passion. ETTE.
passionate. Passionate. Bitch, nail me.
Like when I want when I want to be Banji, but like classy at the same time. Yeah, like that's like like when you eat like a cup of noodles in like a Met Gala gown. That's what
No.
Passionate gives.
No, baby.
No, not with
You guys don't like
TTE,
that?
bitch.
But you know what? Maybe that's the right direction for you. Maybe. You know who
I
am I?
was really going through a rough time. I really thought that Passionate was like a fab thing in that moment. Obviously it's not, but
Damn.
yeah.
Devastating.
Passionate.
That's where you guys. So now you guys can understand where I've come a long way from everything. My first drag name was going to be Passionate.
Crazy.
So crazy. Then it was going to be Amoya.
I could do a Moya.
Mm-hmm.
Still Banji,
It is, but
but I could do a Moya.
Amoya, yeah.
Going back to Saint Laurent. So Saint Laurent was your first house when you were undefeated as a Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn. For how many years? Talk us through it. What happened?
It was, well, actually the entire time that I was at Saint Laurent, I didn't lose.
Not once.
No, I didn't.
Didn't lose.
Mm-mm.
How many years? 3?
Oh no! Wait, nope. I was a Mizrahi then. As a Saint Laurent, no, I was a Saint Laurent for like a year.
Oh damn! I thought it was longer for some reason.
Maybe like almost 2 years.
And then you went from Saint Laurent to Mizrahi.
Yeah.
What sparked the change?
I was dating a Mizrahi, and my best friend was a Mizrahi. So it was just
Felt like home.
Yeah, it was just like I mean, I've been in a place where I was the only bitch. Let me just go be with my best friend.
And then did you go to con after you broke up?
After I broke up with who?
Your boyfriend at Mizrahi?
No, we were still dating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You are still dating?
No. Well, oh, damn.
No, we're not. But
Sorry, I'm sorry for your loss. You probably called him. You probably told him your name was Passionate, and she was just like, you know what? I'm good.
cool.
I'm good on Ballroom, bitch.
Y'all can keep it.
But no, I literally. So funny story. I'll give you all a little secret tidbit backstory about the con situation.
We won't tell anybody.
Okay, great. No, so like honestly, when I left Saint Laurent, I really wanted to be a con, but they were so mean, which is so crazy. Like how people feel about me, like they were so mean to people on the floor that like I just knew
The cons.
Yeah. And then I had beat Baby Hurricane as a Saint Laurent. So I was like, I just know that like if I leave Saint Laurent and like ask them to come to their house, they're gonna be like, no, bitch, like you said our girl, like bitch, how dare you? Like that's what I was thinking. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just go with my best friend, my boyfriend. And then as I became like a Mizrahi, I just started like hanging out with them a little bit, like in like little pockets, you know, and I was just like, no shade, they are a vibe, like they are really a vibe. And so then I when things didn't go the way I needed them to go as far as leadership went with Mizrahi, I started talking to James, and I was just like letting him know, like ultimately I just came out and was like, okay, James, no shade, like I'm not gonna beat around the bush no more, like bitch, I'm trying to be down. Like it really gave it, like I gave it up just like that. Like it was like, girl, like I'm not gonna even hold you, like no shade, like what's up with the what's up, like yeah, bitch, the antis, like I can't even do it, like I'm really trying to get down with y'all, like let me know what's up. And he was like, well, bitch, you in the house. And I kid you not, do not do this, you all. I was very young and stupid. Still a good decision for me, but don't do it in this way. Literally, he said that, and I was like, oh, hold on, give me 1 second. And I literally, because like I was going to leave anyway, and so I literally left all the groups, and I was like, Andre, Jack, Kelly, I'll like call you out in the morning and give you all the reason, the real reason, but
peace out.
Literally left the group chats. Mind you, laying next to my boyfriend, he's still in Mizrahi, and called James right back. It was like, so I'm a 007, like, what's up with the what's up? Like, bitch, I'm so serious. And he was like, no, you're not. I gave, okay, 1 more second. And then I made a 007 post. And that was the one time where I've never, like, I felt like Beyonce for a hot moment.
Yo.
It gave like, I was like, bitch, what the hell? Like, it was giving
Flood.
See, like
the
there
girls
are,
was
there
giving,
are,
oh, bitch, yes. Like, and but what was so funny about it was that James saw it too, and James was like, oh, bitch, you was really serious. And I was like, mind you, me and James are keen, like, because we're watching. And I was like, bitch, what's up? Like, fuck all of that, what they talk about. What's up with the what's up? Like, and so he told me about, like, the whole, like, process that they had as Kardashians. And I went through the process, and I was really excited because ultimately I've always wanted to be in a space with like other bad bitches. Like when I saw the Kardashians, I was like, that's what I want. Like, I don't know how to explain it to the Saint Laurents, but I want that. Like I want to look down the line and bitches be giving, and I be giving, yeah, bitch, you better not.
Next,
Okay,
line them up.
No, not even like the original Kardashian energy. Like bitches wasn't looking their way. Like when it gave Who Do You Want to Battle and the Kardashians started looking, it was giving, And, and they was giving, because your best bet is if you look at me as giving her.
Yeah.
Right.
Her, the one that just locked eyes with me since you so fucking bold. Bring your ass. But you know what? But what's so crazy is James was like, he liked that about me too, because when I got chopped at Rumble Ball 72, they asked me that. They was like, which con do you want? And like, I went down the line and little James was like smirking at me, and I was like, that one.
Yo.
Him, the one that thinks shit is sweet. Yeah, I want him because he's smirking at me. But James was just like, bitch, I always knew that you had like that little attitude. And he was like, that's why I was smirking, because he was like, I knew that like, bitch, attitude wise, we was gonna bring it out of each other, because I was definitely giving like, girl, I mean, she cute. She not me. Like, girl, she ain't a Kardashian girl. Like, he was like, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, she definitely cute, but.
But like, that lineup was so fucking fast for
passionate.
years. Yo. Now don't bring her into it.
She's cute, but she's no passionate.
The new key.
And so you work on, obviously you transition over to West when the house kind of split up. How's that been? Why the house? Why are you still there? Why are you laughing? It's serious questions, girl.
Yeah, why are you laughing, passionate?
That's why I'm laughing. The passionate. I'm honestly still there because I really like the like I feel like I'm in a family with people that are really like my family. Like, I love them 100% of the time, but they get on my nerves 75% of the time, and I'm still willing to show up and support them even when I'm not walking. And that's why I want to stay, because I look at other houses and I can't foresee myself like just getting off from work, being on my feet all day, looking and it's giving, oh bitch, it's a ball today. And I literally go to the ball smelling like Olive Garden, not giving a fuck as who I am, like, and it's giving, girl, I didn't even come here for me. Like, let's go West, bitch, because the live wasn't enough.
Right.
Like, I just love, like, it's the bonds that I've created with the people in the house. I just, they're stuck with me.
100%. The grass is not always greener either, right? Like, looking at other houses.
It's not. And I also, too, I can honestly say, having been in 3 other houses, like, I'm not willing to be in another house, like, with other people. Like, are the leaders in West perfect? No. But the one thing that I do love is that they do protect the West, like how real parents that I know protect their parents. Like, it's given, like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, I'll deal with her on my own. That's not your child. Like, you don't talk to her like that. I don't give a fuck. Because now we're getting into it. Like, you could have said what you said differently. Now I want to fight. Or, like, not even I want to fight, but it's just like,
Now we have a problem.
yeah, like, now we seriously have a problem. But what I also like, too, is sometimes when that's done is given, now we have a problem. Because I didn't even come to the ball to give that. Bitch, I got on my sneakers. I got on sweat. Like, I mean, I don't got on sneakers. Like, I got on my good shit. Like, I came to be cute. And because you want to act a fucking ass because you can't hold your motherfucking liquor, like, now I got to go do this, that, and third. Like, get out of my fucking face.
Right. Do you find that having been in different houses, actually, no, let me ask this question. When you left Con...
No, well, either Mizrahi.
Mizrahi, sorry. When you left Mizrahi and went to West, because it was like not really a big break in between the two, was there backlash from your old house because like you had, it's not like you were just leaving because of the reasons that you were going to explain to your leaders. It was also because you had something else in the works. Did that come out right, that question?
It was only backlash with one leader.
Okay.
And that was with Kelly.
No. Sorry.
Well, and slightly Andre too, but it was because Andre mistook words that I said to him in my initial leaving with conversations that I have been having with him since the day I started. Like, from the time I joined the house, it was just one bad thing. My debut was horrible. Like, he didn't even honor that. well, not he, like they didn't honor that. Like going from Saint Laurent, like I'm not gonna hold you, I was like bred to have some type of like some stuff. I'm just like, bitch, I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so like to debut at a club, like, and like don't get me wrong, like yes, all the Mizrahis were there, like yes, it was a thing, but like my face, like I was like, why are y'all so excited? Like, bitch, there's beer on the floor.
Yo.
This is not how I want to debut.
You just felt like it didn't really speak to the person that you were.
Yeah, like I've started realizing why I joined the house, and I was like,
you don't fit in.
Yeah, and that's
like, honestly,
fine.
it was just like my boyfriend gonna be my boyfriend, and my best friend gonna be my best friend. I don't want to fucking be here no more. Like I said that after my first month, I said that to them. Like I was like, I don't want to fucking be here.
Damn.
3 months down the line, some of the people that I became brothers and sisters with that are now like West, like Baby Will, it was given. I'm not going to be here too much longer, girl. Yeah, I'm not going to make it a year.
Damn.
By the 6 month mark, things really got bad because I'm an equal opportunist no matter how good a person is. And I'm not going to put a leader's name out there, but the first time I went to Dallas with the Mizrahis, we had like this big weekend. That was the time when Katrina did like the little whatever. That's neither here nor there. All the Mizrahis were in Dallas, and I had my effect and everything together, but there were other Mizrahis that needed help. And one of the chapter parents was like, all right, does everybody have their effects together? Pussy, you need anything? Like we can go to the store, we can go get whatever you need. And I was like, no, but you know, such and such in your chapter, like they actually are the one. And they was like, no, I'm not spending my money on her. She's not going to win anything. So like, that's a waste of my money. And and when he said it, I wanted to keep it in, but like the adult in me was just like, so why did you say yes to her being in your chapter? Right. And then literally I was like, no, I'm really going to wait because I really want to, like, before we leave, can we really have this conversation? Because now
I'm concerned.
I'm concerned at what I'm a part of because I'm just like, what did you just like? I'm like, wait, did you just literally say you don't give her any energy, period, because she doesn't win? And I'm like,
and bitch, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're like, bitch, if you don't give her energy, then
she's going to lose.
What about growth?
But even besides, it's like, y'all drove together from the same state. Like, y'all are staying together with the chapter thing. Like, I'm so confused at, like...
It seems like Mean Girl stuff. Like,
yeah, and so when then I went to Andre and I was like, Andre, I'm not telling you, like, you know, how to do things. I'm just telling you as someone that is quote unquote influential in the house. Like, that didn't sit well with me. Like, I literally just got here. This person has been loyal to y'all. And I'm pretty sure that he talks to her like that. And she's like, die hard Mizrahi. Like, bitch, if you told her to cut herself open right now and be the sacrifice so we could win 10,000, that bitch she will slit her fucking throat. Like,
damn.
And I'm just like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, honestly, like, I really think that like something needs to be said. And he was just like, oh, that's just how they are. And I was like,
great. Amazing.
Okay. This other thing is just like, with me being in the house with certain leaders, I didn't like that they didn't give back to their own house.
In what way?
My biggest thing with Andre was that, like, I didn't like that, like, when I was in Mizrahi, he would not practice with us. But, like, when they call you out for LSS,
you expect like, the whole house to roar.
No, it's not even that. The things that they say about you is like the blueprint. Stand on your feet because, bitch, like, he paved the way. He did all of these things. So it's like you get these people who are like, bitch, I want to be taught. Like, bitch, he paved the way.
Right.
Like, girl, like, teach me the formula, bitch. And you're like, no. And it's like, but what are you holding it? What are you holding on to it for? Like, and so like now, I mean, now as an adult, I understand that people are people and I can't control the pace at how people live their lives. I still don't agree with certain things, but I do feel as though I also could have had a little bit more patience with certain things. But I think that ultimately I really did make the best decisions for my ballroom career. Because then I started thinking about it like that. Like, I was like, okay, I love all of these people, but my friend Magnum had me write down my resume with like my things on it, and no one's name is really attached to it. And I still have all of these grand prizes with different last names, but the first name never changed. So who am I going to start like putting my energy into, the first name or the last name?
Right.
And that's when I realized, then I was already a West in that moment, but I realized then that had I really taken the time as a 007, I feel like in Ballroom, that is, so yesterday, sorry, I'm jumping around. Yesterday, me and Nick were having a conversation about how everyone in Ballroom has a political place, whether they know it or not. Like on there's two different, there's a checkerboard and then there's a chessboard to Ballroom. Most people come into Ballroom full swinging with checkers, but they don't realize that they're still playing chess. And they don't know where their piece is on the chessboard, but someone else is moving their piece because of who they are on the chessboard. So once I started realizing that actually a lot of people outside of the queen on the chessboard of things that hold a lot of power and they don't know it because they're not taught or they don't use it, is 007s. And I'm starting to teach people that in the geeky scene, that when you think about it, 99% of the time when it comes down to a house, they've contacted you.
I mean, I contacted the West just because of the situation, right? I was alone. But we had no chapter.
Those things are situational, but even still with what I'm getting ready to say, at a certain point, you were comfortable enough with what you had to offer that you felt comfortable to go to a house. When you're just coming into Ballroom, like, you want to be seen, you want to do all these things, like, focused on yourself. And what you don't realize is, to me, I feel like you actually, if you don't have discernment, just focusing on yourself is discernment for you in Ballroom, because you really, that's when you can point out who's clout chasing you.
Right.
Because everybody's first words to anybody when they see people, bitch, I live, I see it for you. Like, oh my God, I see it for you. Like, and in those moments, that's when I'm like, I tell people all the time, when you hear those words, like,
beware.
Like, no, not even be aware, like, accept it, but then also to hit them with the real, because they weren't real with you. So tell them, like, thank you, like, I appreciate it, but I still don't want to be a part, like, of anything. Like, I appreciate what you have to say, and I thank you for you seeing it in me, and hopefully with what I'm getting ready to do, like, in my process, you see it even more. But respectfully, I don't want to be in anybody's house. I'm still getting me together. And see 2 months later if they still come to you and be like, bitch, I see it for you. Because if they haven't said anything else to you, they didn't give a fuck. They just saw that she's capable of winning a grand prize, and I need that. Because on the chessboard, my house is doing like this, and I need people that can do it back like this. So it's given, she can win. I can mold her into the Balenciaga way of things, or I can mold her into the Prodigy way of things, or I can mold her into the West way of things. Like, but when you come into it with your own contract and it gives, yes, you can mold me into this way of things, but Tamar has a way of doing things as well. And we need to be able to collaborate, because this is a collaboration. You don't
want that so badly, actually.
Yeah.
That is the feeling of I think that,
and Naima says it all the time
with the house.
And when you think about it as a record label, artists don't just come to the record label without anything. Like, they, even if they brought themselves, like, they're so secure in their talent that real artists are like, yeah, no, that doesn't work for what I have.
100%.
That may work, but I still need this. And, like, I think that when you are real with houses, when they really care about you, things work. Like, I have these type of conversations with the West, like, real deal. Like, it's like, I need you to be here, and it's like, but I need to rest. Like I need that. So I can't, I literally can't. And they understand that. Whereas some other houses may not have understood that. Like I know for a fact that as a Saint Laurent, when I was a Saint Laurent, it gave, you do what I tell you. Plain and simple.
Right.
You're going to look fab. Everything is going to be taken care of, but you're going to go get out there and you're going to win.
Right.
But I also think
you
that
did.
Yeah.
Consistently. So like you did your job.
But right, going back to that, I think that privilege of being able to go into a house and have more leverage comes with the fact that you were a heavy hitter, or that anybody, like, if you haven't really made waves on the floor or any other way in ballroom, you have less to pull from when you're like, hey, I want to join this house, but these are my conditions. They're going to look at you funny, be like, well, bitch, what are you actually bringing?
If you're a green bitch, like you really should not have many demands.
Right.
You can have things that you're looking for, but like if you have not mastered your craft, then like you really don't have a bargaining chip.
I don't think that it's a thing of making demands, but it's literally like what you just said, Tamar. I think that instead of telling a house what you think they want to hear when they say, so what are your expectations? Don't lie to them and be like, oh, well, I just want like the family vibe. And I want this. Like, no, like tell them like, it's no shade. Like I want a family vibe, but I want to be able to trust y'all when y'all piss me off.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to have just got into a fight. Like this bitch just spit in my face. We knocked each other out, but 3 months down the line, like it's giving that still my sis. Like I want a family bond like that. And to be honest, that's going to take time if you want to be honest. And like, I want to be in the house and obviously y'all want me to be here too, but I don't want to come off as anything fake. Like I'm still new to ballroom. Like I'm still figuring things out for myself. So like, can we revisit this in a while? Like, is that an option? But no one thinks to say that because they feel like they can't, but you can.
Right.
And like, that's the part that I want people to realize, that you always have a voice. Even as a 007, it's just about how you say things. Like you don't have to be demanding, but your point of view matters. And that's another reason why I love the House of West, because that was the first house where I tried what I just said to you all, and their response, I was like, oh,
it works.
Like it really works. Because
one thing I can say about the West is that family vibe is so authentic. Like it's so authentic, and it actually moved me to tears because I haven't been around the West like that until Nick was a West. And then when they came here, I was weepy boots, because the way that they love on each other and like each other, it's one thing to like be around somebody because they're in your house, but to actually like them and like the way that like James would speak about the house and like his kids and people that are doing well and people that he's encouraging to do well, and like just the passion, and like he's a younger leader, like an overall kind of leader, and it was just so something I've never experienced in my Mugler journey or seen. Like just the way it was so holistic, like just a full range of love there, and I'm just like, wow, like I understand why you guys are the way you are.
Yeah.
Like it comes from the top. The love that you guys have for each other comes from the top. And you all talk about being a West. Even Nick, when Nick was a West, would talk about it on all different levels of like love and inclusion and like iron sharpening iron so everyone becomes better. And like no one is the late girl. And everyone is trying to pull their weight.
And I love that. And for me, the one thing that I do love is when a narrative, and this isn't a shot at her, I'm not going to say names, but this isn't a shot at her when I say this, but when people try to paint a narrative of like, oh, they didn't love me.
Right.
The way the West are just like, that makes no sense. And then for me, I also love it too when people that aren't West are like, huh? I don't get that from that house, because I tell people all the time, especially like when they're new to the house, because it's so like to the child in someone that's new to ballroom, it's like, I'm in the celebrity house. Like, bitch, this person is here. Like, oh my God, like my idols are here. And it's like, but that doesn't mean that you have to fangirl them all the time, or that you have to do yourself like this.
And also that's not like, what they want either, right?
They don't, like, literally, you get out of the house what you put into it. Like, if you want to be a loner, West is one of those people that's like, once you're a West, it's like, I'm going to love you regardless, but I'm also not going to force you to be around me and get to know me.
You know, it's so funny you say that, because I was recently talking to Laomi, like just like texting about life and stuff like that. And I just had to like take myself outside of myself for a moment. I'm like, bitch, like Laomi, I'm texting Laomi. And like, for me, I'm able to, one thing that I am not is a clout chaser. Like, I just can't do it. It's just not my vibe. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's cute.
It's not sexy. It's not.
No, but like, I would never, and like even when I was in New York, like I was at somebody's Airbnb. It was small, like 3 people, me, Laomi, my sister, Marilyn, and Caesar, and it was just like chill vibes, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, I imagine that thirsty people right now would want to go live on Instagram. They want to take selfies. They want to do all this and all that. And I'm like, that must, and it just for the first time dawned on me that like that's probably what people like Laomi or Deshawn or like Honey or people that are now in the media have to deal with in regards to like, do people actually like me as a person, or do they like my name and what I've done for them? Like Laomi's Vogue is so selfless.
Do they just like the fact that there's media presence around because I may be here?
But sometimes there is no media presence. Like it's just the fact that you are in the room with someone that does great things, and it's like, imagine someone judged you on just work, and the reason why that they are around you is just work. Everything you've put in work wise, and it's just like, what about my trauma? What about the child inside of me? What about like my family? What about everything else that matters? Like, bitch, did I eat today? Am I healthy? Like, is my mental health okay?
I'm not
like,
a robot.
And I'm just like, I found it a blessing in that moment to be able to see that, like, I can live for somebody in Ballroom and their clips and the history and everything like that. But like, I'm so blessed to be able to separate the person from the talent, because when you can't do that is when you start to clout chase, whether you do it on purpose or not. Like, you are gravitating towards that person because of what they've done, not who they are.
And put unwanted pressure on people.
100% for the girls that are getting kind of hounded by those requests and stuff. It must be hard for sure, but I feel as if like that's also why we do this series the way that we do, and like we kick things off with the dinner, and like we get to know you, because we actually do want to know the people that we're bringing over. Like, yes, we're getting the big names and the top of the game to teach folks here, and that makes the most sense. But like, I also want to know who is Pussy, like, bitch.
And are you like happy to be here? You know, like, it's like, it matters. It really matters how you feel about what you do. Because like, we can appreciate one side of you, but like, you tell us who you are, tell us what you want us to know, and like, let's be humans together. Aside from all the talent and bullshit, like, let's kick back, let's drink, and let's go out.
Well, for me, as someone that is like up there, I guess, whatever.
I hate you, bitch. You and Misha both. Y'all are up there. No whatevers. No whatevers.
Okay, sure. But when I sit and watch like movies about like celebrity documentaries, and like, they're always just like, I just want to be just regular. Like, I want people to remember that, like, don't overdo the celebrity. And this goes to the people that are ballroom celebrities. Like, don't get, for me, what I always remember to myself is that while yes, it feels good to have this 15 minutes of fame, like, you're not Beyonce.
Let's be clear.
You're not Janet Jackson all day, every day. Maybe for the next 3 days, I'll give you a fab ball weekend. You get to be like, no shade. When you like, ball weekend is giving the cars, the shoes, the red bottoms, stepping out, the pictures, no shade.
Fresh
Live that
hair.
life down. But Monday, I'm quitting. Like, literally tomorrow when I get on the plane.
And I feel as if that also
Absolutely.
goes.
Like, when I get on the plane tomorrow and I go to work, there's probably like 2 people that are just like fag hags that are just like, oh my God, like, yes, work queen. Let me see, gorge. Yes. Like,
You're sick.
hit it. Oh my God, bitch, you ate it. Like, what? Those heels are like,
First of all, they'll say you're fierce.
Yes. So
and they'll mean it in the best way possible.
So fierce.
You're so fierce.
So fucking fierce.
And the Butch Queen in you just dies.
And I'm just like,
girl.
But then my manager's like, yeah, you get off at 12.
Yo.
Did you have a safe trip? Did you take pictures? I would like to see the pictures. All right, you got 30 minutes to show me the pictures. All right, make these fucking drinks. And then at 12, she's like, all right, I'm ready to go get the fuck home because you're going to be back tomorrow. Like, I'm a regular person, and so are you. And everybody's regular. Like, if you cut me open, I'm going to bleed blue. So, like, at a certain point, like...
Red.
Did I say blue?
Yeah. But it is blue until, I think, oxygen hits.
Yeah,
right?
it is. I'm sorry. I meant to... I was thinking about the song Black and Blue.
Okay.
Whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah, like, that's what keeps me grounded is that, like, I also tell myself, too, that, like, we created this world. So, like, it's not real. Like,
I mean,
it's real, but it's not real. You know
and
what I
I
mean?
think that also shows through the way that you navigate things, right? Like your attitude and your approach to it. I love a fab girl on the floor. Like you on the floor is the energy that I love to see, right? Because it's like so nonchalant and like, wow, I'm that girl.
Sells.
But then as soon as you hit off the floor, it's like, well, bitch, it's a regular person. And like, I love that. It's just, it feels so much more authentic in terms of we can actually connect. And I won't feel like, oh girl, I have to deal with like this top.
You won't feel it on
girl.
somebody's time.
Yeah.
That's not coming for you. You know?
Exactly.
You are
It's like,
you treat
girl.
people like people, which is
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, like what you said, Mika said, like, it doesn't start with me and it's not going to end with me. Like, that's so true. Like,
right.
literally, there's going to be another Supreme Butch Queen Vogue Fem. And when she comes along, am I going to be that bitter bitch that everybody's talking about on Facebook that's like, I still got it?
Right.
And they're like, pussy, you're 80. Sit the fuck down. Like, yes, you got it. Yes, you can
Right.
still do the things, but girl, you're 80.
And
like,
if it doesn't get if the generations don't get better as time goes by,
Then
are we
doesn't-
doing our job?
No, we're not doing our job.
As we're occupying these seats, are we doing what we're supposed to be doing by hoarding all the glory, all the
glory.
talent, like just like I'm not trying to shit on Andre or anything, 'cause I don't know Andre from a can of paint, but like what you were saying about Andre not coming out and like voguing with his kids and like teaching, and like you weren't able to get the gems from the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone
and he's
talking about
starting,
the GOAT,
he's starting to do it now, but it's just like,
But it wasn't.
it's
during
not
your
as-
time.
yeah,
It wasn't
and-
during your time.
And even still, it's like, you're not as fresh. You're not like,
Well, that's where you see the people that are kind of in it for themselves and the leaders that are like focused on the future growth, right? Because like,
yeah.
bitch, even if we pour on this work in and in 4 years there's no more ballroom here because everybody just hogged on the talent. Like, what's the fucking point?
I mean, at
Right? Like,
least
what's the fucking
I can
point?
say that, bitch, I did my honest best by making this shit, like trying to keep the shit going or whatever.
But you know what's so crazy? I also feel like certain seeds that are just planted are not gonna die. They just, like, seasons may just be a little longer. You know what I mean? And ballroom is one of those things that I personally feel like is gonna always be around as long as there's queer people.
100%.
Right. Before we wrap, I want to ask if you could talk to the next generation of ballroom folks, including future ballroom leaders, people that have maybe not joined ballroom yet or not even heard of
future
ballroom yet.
Supreme
What is
Butch Queen Vogue
what is
Fem.
your hope? What is your message to the young Quintons of the future?
First and foremost, my number one thing that I'm going to say to you is you never give up on you. Because people fail. And people are going to fail you. People are going to disappoint you. People are going to let you down. Unsubsequently, some people may not support your dream. But take it from someone who has fought for 31 years. It's possible to live your dreams. You never give up on them. Be professional. Be kind. Be courteous. And most importantly, be humane. Not be a human, but be humane. And there's a difference to that. And I think that if you apply those things to yourself every day, like, you will be rewarded. Change the world, but change you. Like, you have to do it with yourself and just, like, literally just know that somebody's watching you because it's true. And, like, once you start to make little changes in yourself, somebody else is going to start making little changes in their self because they're like, I can do it. Somebody's always watching.
Yeah, I love that. Anything else you want to ask before we skedaddle?
I would like you to fuck me raw.
No, baby, get my gems.
I got gems if you like.
I have gems too.
Yeah, Pussy got gems
you
too.
I heard you got gems too. Get a little gem here, there.
But no, thank you so much. I can't wait to have you teach the class for class of 23, our second edition at Ace Hotel Toronto. I can't wait for the girls to get to know you. We're gonna have a bit of a Q&A session there. So similar topics of conversation. Obviously, a much shorter version of that, and then. Yeah, the girls to work.
Yeah.
Work the house down boots, mama.
Okay, are you ready to Vogue,
Yeah.
Is that your Canadian thing?
Hey.
You were waiting on that one.
Yes, sorry, I had to be so American. I've been doing it every place that I go. I'm just being like the typical.
It's gonna be her Instagram caption. Toronto, you ready to Vogue? Toronto.
Toronto,
But no, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all for having me.
Lovely
seriously.
as always.
Absolutely.
And, we'll see you at the next one.
See you at the next one. Bye.